Welcome to the biggest game of the year. It's Michigan and Ohio State. Buckeyes look to come in and pull quite possibly the greatest upset in the rivalry's history. But Michigan looks to keep their perfect season alive. Will it happen? Time to find out. We'll see it. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Welcome to the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, home of the Ohio State Buckeyes and one of the great settings in all of college football. With the scarlet and gray already rocking this house. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will get the first possession of the game. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested.
It's a fumble. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. Guess it could have been worse. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to going over the top. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Michigan. What a catch and run for 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off by going up top. 81 yards on the touchdown pass. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will take the field for the first time. And both of these teams have anchors in the middle that you build your defense around.
And everybody just seems to look to these two guys when there's a big play on the field that needs to happen, right?
They're making all the calls. They're making sure that they're in the right spots, run, pass, getting everybody organized, and they do it at a high level.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
Small gain, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
He's got his man. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off play action on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Trying play action. Firing to the right, complete. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Sixth play of the drive coming up. He's looking to throw it. They're working that left side.
You complete some of these hitch throws early, you're setting up the hitch and go. Later on, you can pump fake that, and then the receiver can pirouette right up the sideline. That might be a home run play for the offense.
He'll do it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. 2nd and goal for this offense. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They've gotten right on the cusp of the end zone. They still need 2 yards. Will they try to bang it in with a run or go over the top? Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollard.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down. Inside the big house, they have those big condominiums down there on the field, paving the way for the running backs.
Big, huge condominiums, and every year it's a little bit different of how they wear their uniforms and how they fit their uniforms, but the style, always the same. Line up, hit you right in the mouth. That's who Michigan is.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll keep it himself. Hits the spin cycle. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with the 1st down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give from the gun. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Here comes the option. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the change for the 1st down. The Wolverines look to do some damage in the red zone. They'll leave it with him. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On the run, it's McMillan. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this 1st quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Bringing it back. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Looking to move it through the air. He makes the connection. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Second down coming up. They'll give it to the back. Dances away from one. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game going.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Off play action. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Pass on the way. It's picked off. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. There are few things that can impact the game more than the ability to hit the other team's quarterback, and that was a big play there.
And I love the team defense on this play. One, excellent job getting to the QB and forcing the errant pass. And how about the secondary on the back end, able to rally that football and pick it up?
Now on second down. The give to the back. And the Wolverines will have a first down.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 or 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over the place. This is always a huge showdown.
And you think about some of the great coaches that have graced the sidelines in this rivalry. Bo Schembechler at Michigan and Woody Hayes at Ohio State. And it's amazing, in a conference full of trophy games, maybe the greatest rivalry doesn't even have one.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Stands in and takes the hit. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
Finds his man, and they convert. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They are getting deep into the playbook. 11th play of the drive. A shot toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wolverines.
It's hard for a defense to have to cover so much space. When the offense goes empty, you've got receivers and tight ends and running backs lined up out wide. You've got to expand, and it's harder to cover on the back end.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. He's going to pass. Right down the middle. He's got it. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. Back to the air one more time. They're bringing heat. Shakes off the defender. And the quarterback is snowed under. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. On second down, looking to throw. Fires on the move. And the pass is intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. And he's brought down after a nice gain. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Going up top on first down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. They're trying to get to it. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Coming after it. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half.
End of half number 1. Michigan dominates 24-0 at the end of one half play. So Michigan connected Carr 7 of 11, 189 and 3 passing touchdowns. And Michigan, it was Denton McMillan with 1. John Algier with the other, with the long one, and then Bigsby with the 18-yard touchdown on the corner route. Now, time to see if Michigan can do it again in the second half. Can we complete the blowout of Ohio State? Let's see now.
When you have these two programs with all that's at stake today, you know emotions run high in a game known simply as the game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look at the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind right, and get ready to come back in this game.
And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Looking to the big tight end. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. The Buckeyes will punt this one away. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. On the option. He'll pitch it. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. And he makes the grab at the 20. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. On the move, it's McMillan. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
He's up to 81 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. And the Wolverines trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, bringing all these tight ends in the game, you'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. It's still 3rd and goal. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Starting to feel a little pressure. Pulled down for the tackle.
What a third down stop by this defense. Third down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th and goal.
Splits the uprights, it's good. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Now on 2nd down after the incompletion. He'll do it himself. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious. The defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Extending the play. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. Ball in the air, intercepted. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Fires downfield. He's got an open man. Takes it the other way. At the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Great example of how a 2nd half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. 1st half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Bannon. Makes a move. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. For this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Flushed out of the pocket. And the pass falls incomplete, and we've played 3. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Oh, what a spectacular layup sprouting catch.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it? Just keep it going when the going's good.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easier. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Nice job to keep it himself, find the 1st down marker, and move the chains for this offense. They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Slings it downfield. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Getting some heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And the ball is intercepted. He was looking for room to return that, but he'll just hand it to the offense. They'll take over at the 18. Line gets set, 1st down. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Gets it out quickly. And he's down after making the catch, but did not reach the line to gain. The Buckeyes racing to the line in the hurry-up.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks.
Oh, sick, nasty move, and he's loose. Nothing but green ahead. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Ohio State. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
And he added the extra point. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They still have work to do, trailing by 2 possessions here in the 4th. They'll line up for the onside kick. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Mistakes are going to happen as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense.
Score some points. Dang, Palmer, I wish I would have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down.
I tell you what, with this kind of success on the ground, I think you 2 knuckleheads could call plays. I mean, that's how easy it is for this offense right now. They got the ground game working. It's really easy. Now you can open up for other things, but you guys could even try your hand because they're dominating right now.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. The give as they work on that clock. Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down. Boy, he's over 100 now at 102 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Might as well keep pounding that rock at this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, running back gets to give. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. Leaves it with the running back. Nice move to keep moving. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. That is no good. After the missed field goal, this lead still sitting at 13. The offense lining up for a first down play. It'll be a draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Throws to the wideout. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up. Fires one high and deep. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The offense set for a first down play. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's got it again. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot
will
of
kneel it.
momentum.
Michigan will be forced to try to either go deep, and they are going to just,
This offense
well, it is Ohio State, so obviously they're going to do what they can to absolutely rub it in here. Deep ball incomplete, so the Buckeyes will take over the chains. I will call the final few moments of this ball game. Shotgun formation for Coach. Throws it out of bounds. Incomplete 2nd down. Wolverines.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play.
Need to get a stop here. Benshaw. Coach shotgun formation yet again. Benshaw breaks through.
He's right on target.
But
You know, the defense doesn't have an
3rd
answer for
down
this slot
and
guy
1
right
for the
now.
Buckeyes.
You want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and
3rd
to
and
the
1.
inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get 2 bodies,
Good
forcing the
catch,
quarterback to have to
first
go
down,
somewhere else.
Good
Buckeyes.
job running that route to
Ohio
get past
State.
the sticks because he got nothing after the
They're
catch.
gonna spike it.
And they'll spike the ball
They
and
do.
try to save as much time as they can. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down.
They spike the ball.
He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat.
Throw
That pass is
incomplete. It's 3rd and
They
10.
might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Trying to get rid of it.
And incomplete. It's 4th down and 10.
And that's 3 in a row.
Buckeyes need to get into the end zone and then yet score again. So the Buckeyes probably are not going to win this game. We're going to throw. Deep ball knocked away. Michigan wins. Michigan will finally be able to kneel out the game clock. As the Wolverines, Kanatsu Kara kneels it. Michigan defeats Ohio State 27-14. Wolverines. That's Kara.
And everything's just lined up beautifully for this team this year.
Went 9 of 21, 231, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rushing wise, McMillan 17 for 102. NASCAR 15 for 30. Bannon 10 for 27.
This team right now, it's like the unstoppable
Receiving,
force.
McMillan 251 and a touchdown. Algier 2 for 95 and a touchdown. And then Bigsby 1 for an 18-yard score.
The Heisman Trophy awards, all
Defensively, Michigan had
awards in the country.
4
Those are all
picks.
coming their way with what
Orlando
they're building.
Waddy, Anthony Franco, and Sebastian O'Shaughnessy each had 1, but Waddy had 2 picks. McKinney 2 for 3 on field goals, missed the game-sealing field goal. But Michigan defeats Ohio State yet once again. We are likely playing for a Big Ten championship against, I think it's Washington that will play for a Big Ten title, unless they lost this week. Michigan at 12-0. I do think, though, that we will play Washington next week in the Big Ten championship. Malachi Combs gets Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week. And yep, we are playing Washington in the Big Ten Championship. And we are back at the number 1 team in the nation. Michigan, 12-0. Tennessee, 12-0. Penn State, 10-2. And that's where the undefeateds end. As we scroll through this top 25, nobody. We'll see how this one goes. The projected bracket for the Michigan Wolverines and the college football world looks like this. So, Michigan obviously will need to beat Washington in 2 weeks against the Big Ten Championship. Conference title games. We'll play Washington in the next episode. Thank you for watching today's episode against the Buckeyes. We'll see you next week when we play Washington.